Here is the Australia Day message from the Governor-General, Sir Peter Cosgrove.
Summer in the wide brown land. Just about everywhere today it's been hot, probably sunny. Mums slathering their kids with blockout if they can catch them. From Perth to Cairns, from Darwin to Hobart, there's plenty to remind us of the vastness of this island, this continent, this ancient home to us all. In your community, there have probably been events to mark this day. No doubt a great number of them will reflect on our founding culture and society. The first Australians, whose time reaches back many thousands of years. At the grave of Eddie Mabo in the Torres Strait, I was again reminded of the Indigenous connection to the land and that great struggle for justice and recognition. We stand at the foot of the last resting place of a very great man. A man who changed the modern history of Australia. It might become, perhaps should become, a rite of passage, a necessary journey by every future Prime Minister, by every future Governor-General. This is a day to embrace all Australians and reflect that all of our subsequent cultures and histories and experiences sit alongside and are enriched by the deep history of our first Australians. Equally, we just have to look around us to be reminded of what a diverse and rich community of many parts we have become. One of the fundamental ingredients of our self-worth is this constant injection of new energy, new genius, new commitment to the notion of Australia. It is as much important to our greatness as a nation as our past, our history. That history, of course, in the last 4 years, has been reflected in our centenary commemorations of that savage war to end all wars, the Great War, which had to be relabelled World War I. We would all wish to have declared our arrival on the world scene in a less bloody way. More than 60,000 Australians dead, forever in foreign fields. Yet, in their sacrifice, we set a benchmark for Australia's commitment to the rule of law and protection of the oppressed. We continue to stand on the shoulders of those great men and women who went where their country sent them and gave their all. Recently, I went to see our Australian Defence Force people serving in the Middle East. We are so proud of every last one of you. You are here, a long way from home, on duty for your nation. You're doing a fabulous job. As Commander-in-Chief and as a former senior officer, I'm enormously proud of the way they represent our country and the work they do to enable the people of Iraq and Afghanistan to take on their own security and to live in peace. On Australia Day, let's turn our thoughts to all Australians working overseas, away from home and loved ones, and especially those of the Australian Defence Force and our police and diplomats who stand under our flag far away. The poem referring to the wide brown land mentions droughts and flooding rains. We have enough of both from time to time, to which we can also add the scourge of bushfires. All over Australia, emergency service workers, police, fire and ambulance are on duty today so that we are safer. In the bush, rural fire services are on duty, fighting fires or standing by. Those wonderful men and women of the state emergency services, again, are ready to roll on Australia Day, like any day of the year, to protect communities.
Local legend, this bloke.
What on earth would we do without them? Spare a thought for them today, for all those who serve, from the bush to the beach. We salute them. This is my last Australia Day address as Governor-General. Of all the wonderful opportunities I've had in my lifetime, none could surpass serving in this role. My wife Lynn and I have travelled far and wide around the nation, even visiting our scientists working way down at the Australian Antarctic Territory. Magnificent. At every hand we've seen people who live and embody the values we cherish as a nation. Conviction about a fair go for all, an easygoing acceptance and tolerance of others, a quest for harmony, if you like, keen sense of justice, and overarching all of this, always, energy, optimism and goodwill. Even as we strive to be better as people and as a nation, let us give thanks for who we are, where we are, and what we stand for. We are Australian. Maxie, are you thirsty?